couch, dogs, me, guitar lessons. Hey there, LickNRiffers, welcome to another installment in the never-ending fingerstyle rhythm pattern exercise series. This lesson is aimed for the intermediate players among you as we alternate every week between beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. This lesson is for the intermediate players. So today we're going to arpeggiate some chords and we're going to test what we can do with those arpeggios. In the first exercise, we're going to hammer on and pull off some notes inside the arpeggios themselves. And then we're going to arpeggiate the chord and do some bass movements. We're going to do some bass melodies. Very rudimentary, but still, it's an exercise. So let's start with this. Okay, this is the basis for the exercise, and the full exercise sounds something like this. Now, the basis for this exercise is using your first finger and your pinky for a hammer-on and a pull-off. The rest of the fingers apply the chord. So you hammer on from 0 to 1 on the second string with your first finger. You pull off from 3 to 0 on the E string with your pinky. Okay, now we start with C. So we play the 5th string, that's the bass for the C chord. And then we play the 3rd string for the arpeggio, and then we do the lick. Okay? A hammer on from 0 to 1 on the 2nd string, a pull off from 3 to 0 on the 1st string. So 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay? String wise. Okay, that's already an arpeggio. And then we play strings 2 and 3 to complete the arpeggio. So we get this. That's the first chord. The second chord is A minor, and we do exactly the same thing. Strings 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now, for those of you who already wish to play a variation, instead of playing the 3rd string for the last note, you can pull off the 1 off of the 2nd string, and then you get this. Okay, that's another option. So, okay, that's another melody. Creates a completely different expression of the chord. Then you do it with G. So make sure you're using these two fingers, fingers 2 and 3 for the G head, 2 and 3 on strings 5 and 6, and then you do exactly the same thing, your bass note being the 6th string. Or, okay, the second variation. Or, the first. Then with F, we do the fingerstyle F. The fingerstyle F is this. The thumb for 1 on the 6th string. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers for strings 2, 3, and 4 on 1, 2, and 3. An F chord. But we leave the E string open, so we get an F major 7 chord. Okay, now for this exercise, I don't use the D strings, so we can take the 3rd finger off of the D string and just leave the thumb, the 1st, and 2nd fingers. And we play this. Okay, that's a variation just to indicate the ending of the loop, so it won't get too boring when you practice it. So it's the bass, 1 on the 6th string, and then the 3rd string, then a hammer on from 0 to 1 on the 2nd string as usual, but then you play the open E string, then you play the 2nd string, you pull off from 0 to 1, and then the 3rd string. So again, 6th string, 3rd string, hammer on the 2nd string, E string, pull off on the 2nd string, 3rd string. Okay, so there you have it. You can also alternate on that. You can play the original lick, okay, using your pinky on the E string if you want, but I find this interesting. Okay, just to indicate the ending. So that's the first exercise for this video. the second exercise employs the thumb for a thumb melody. Again, very rudimentary melody. It's a thumb arpeggio, but still, it's a thumb melody. So we play this. Okay, a double arpeggio with an extra lick. But first, we need the basis. So the very basic lick is the Nothing Else Matters rhythm pattern. It's the bass note. This time for A minor, it's the 5th string, and then strings 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we add extra bass notes. So you play the bass note, then you play the 3rd string, then you play the 2nd string with the 4th string, then you play the 1st string with the 3rd string. But you play the 3rd string with your thumb, because that gives it a different dynamic, okay, a different sound, slightly different but noticeable than when it's played with your fingers. So you get this. Okay, you get the bass note sound because you're playing it with the thumb. It's a very slight difference, but it makes a whole lot of difference because it's dynamic. So okay, that's the pattern. Bass note, 3rd string, 2nd and 4th, 1st and 3rd. And then you continue and complete the arpeggio. You play strings 2 and 3. So you get this. And you can play it with any chord you like. Okay, and I always play strings 4 and 3 as the extra bass notes, even if the 1st bass note is on the 6th string, for example. Or E minor. Okay? You can also play strings 6, 5, and 4 as another exercise or a variation on this exercise. Okay, can you hear it? But when you play the E-shaped chords, when you play this, you get this. Okay, it's octaves. So that's why I prefer these notes, because that creates a harmony instead of octaves. Now, I know technically octaves are harmonies, but you know what I mean. So you can also alternate between them. You can do this. Can you hear it? Okay, I loop it around, and for the first loop I play strings 6, 5, and 4 as the bass notes, and for the second loop I play 6, 4, and 3. So that's another variation of the same exercise. You see, the options are endless when you think about it. Well, not endless, but it's a big number. So that's the exercise. So you can do it with any chord progression you like. Just choose chords and start doing it. You can also do it with the previous exercises chords. Okay? Or okay? That's F major 7 sound. Embellished chord. You can do any chord you like, suspended chords, okay, 9th chords. Okay, any chord you want will work. This is just an exercise, it's just a rhythm pattern. You can do it with any harmony you wish. Now for the variation. The variation is this. Okay, it's exactly the same thing, but you hammer on from 0 to 1 when you play the 2nd string. Okay? Everything else is the same. Now another variation, you guessed it, is to play the pull-off from 3 to 0 when you play the E string. But that changes the rhythm. You see, I almost got confused there. It changes the rhythm to tum-tum-taka-tum-tum-tum because we're on 6/8 time instead of 4/4 time as the first exercise was. So take that into account. Okay, but the basic exercise was to add the hammer-on the second string. Okay, add that. Once you're comfortable with that, you can add a pull-off on the E string. Okay, so those are the exercises for this video. I'll see you in the next video, but in the meantime, you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Go download the tab from the website. It's for free. The link is in the description. Everything on LickNRiff is for free, but you've got a donation button if you want to give something back. Everything goes right back into LickNRiff, into making these lessons. Actually, this entire video series is a donation by a very generous viewer, so thank you very much. Private student, and I'm sure we all appreciate it. So you see, the donations always go back right into LickNRiff, so if you want to help out, I'd be more than grateful for your help. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.